What's up, YouTube fam? This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and we back with another video. Let's hear from tonight's sponsor, and then we'll jump right into it. This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing. Cool Green Clothing is a Baltimore-based clothing line that started back in 2018 and has been growing strong ever since. Make sure you follow Cool Green Clothing on Facebook and IG at Cool Green Clothing, and check out their website, coolgreenclothing.com, where you can find the latest cool green fashions and hats, women's apparel, and the latest men's collection. Remember, if you ain't coolin' and getting the green, you're in the way.
Yeah, shout out my nigga Cool Green on the fit though. Got me drippy, you heard?
Oh man, check out my man, yo, you feel me? Yo, be getting me right, you feel me? Big clothing for real, you feel me? Come with everything for real, I'm grabbing everything for my man, yo, you feel me? Shout out to my man, yo, you feel me? Support, you heard? Yes, sir.
Cool Green right here, Sadie. Cool Green, you already know downtown B-Mobile, that's where we at. You already know representing New York, Harlem shit right here, uptown. But we downtown right now. You see that? My man, yo, come and get my man Cool Green. Rock it, you see it. I'm gonna make it look good for niggas to get. Betty, sales is going up today because of the Cool Greens.
And I'm telling you, follow Cool Green Clothing. It's so important for us to support our entrepreneurs. There's so much talent in Baltimore. And as a creative entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is. And I love to see just people going out there and going for their dreams. So let's get it. Bless up.
In today's video, we're going to talk about Baltimore's queen of comedy, Monique. Born Monique Imes, December 11, 1967, in Woodlawn, Baltimore County, Maryland, she is the daughter of Stephen Imes Jr., a drug counselor, and Alice Imes, an engineer. She is the youngest of 4 children. Monique was raised in Baltimore and graduated from Milford Mill High School in Baltimore County in 1985 and attended Morgan State University. At an early age, Monique was interested in performing and wanted to work in television and film. She has seen herself in certain characters like Thelma from the hit TV show Good Times and Ginger from Gilligan's Island. Monique is a 1987 graduate of the Broadcasting Institute of Maryland. She said that when she was 16 years old, she met Oprah Winfrey at the local news station where she worked. And she told Oprah that she wanted to be just like her. And she stated that Oprah told her that she has to work really, really, really hard. Monique said that statement stuck with her. Before she became a comedian and an actress, Monique worked as a customer service rep at the phone company MCI in Hunt Valley, Maryland. Monique began her comedy career on a Deer in 1987. One of her brothers, Steve, tried his hand at stand-up comedy himself. He was, according to his sister, terrible, and he poorly represented the family. So Steve bet his sister to go on stage herself at Baltimore's Comedy Factory outlet. So she came up with an hour's worth of material and performed it. Monique received a standing ovation and a new career focus. She spent a couple of years building up her comedy career before leaving MCI to concentrate on comedy full-time by 1989. That same year, Monique appeared on Showtime at the Apollo. Monique was married to her first husband, Shalon Watkins, and had a son, Shalon Jr. Monique divorced her first husband because she said he was physically abusive. Monique has used this experience in her early stand-up material to help women that have gone through that situation to know that they are not alone. Monique got married to her second husband, Mark Jackson, in 1997, and they had a son, Mark Jr. A 1997 appearance at the Montreal Comedy Festival led to Monique appearing on television as a comedian and actress. At the festival, Monique impressed talent scouts with her wit and sense of humor. Monique and her second husband, Mark Sr., later divorced in 2001. This was right around the time Monique was beginning to make a name for herself in show business. She had already appeared in a movie, she was on Def Comedy Jam, BET Comic View, Moesha, and The Parkers, which was the #1 show among Black audiences at the time. The Queens of Comedy special also aired on Showtime that year. Despite her love life, Monique's career was thriving. The next year, Monique became the host of Showtime at the Apollo. She was also a radio host on a show on WHUR in Washington, D.C. She went on to star in several movies and host television shows, in one of those shows and the Fat Girls movie, she was the executive producer. She also made headlines when she performed Beyoncé's Crazy in Love at the 2004 BET Awards, and later in 2007 when she performed to Deja Vu. In 2005, Monique's family expanded. The mother of 2 sons from her previous marriages gave birth to twins, Jonathan and David Hicks, with her now husband, Cindy Hicks, a childhood friend of Monique whom she married in 2006. Taking some time off of her acting career, Monique continued touring as a comedian. She also got into other endeavors like writing a cookbook and fashion design before returning to the big screen. During a 2008 Essence magazine interview, Monique revealed that she was touched by her older brother from ages 7 to 11. Now, not Steve, her other older brother. He went on to do it to someone else and was sentenced to 12 years in prison. After her twins were born in 2005, Monique did cut off all contact with him. In a 2010 interview, her brother, remember, not Steve, admitted to his heinous acts towards Monique in an Oprah Winfrey show. This is where Oprah invited Monique's mother without Monique's knowledge. Monique did not appreciate this at all because she didn't want people to see her mother in that state of doing anything for money, she said. Now, the prior year, in 2009, is when Monique appeared in the critically acclaimed film Precious, directed by Lee Daniels, portraying an inner-city teenager's abusive mother. Her performance was stunning and led to win over 30 awards, including taking home the Academy Award in 2010 for Best Supporting Actress. Monique also starred in her own late-night television show on BET called The Monique Show from 2009 to 2011. Monique had not appeared in another film until 2014, starring in Blackbird, and later in 2016, Interwoven and Almost Christmas. In 2017, Monique claimed that Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Tyler Perry had been blackballing her ever since she did not promote Precious for Lionsgate in 2009. Monique stated in interviews that those individuals and Lionsgate wanted her to promote Precious without compensation. She said her contract was with Lee Daniels Entertainment and not Lionsgate, and she was not contractually obligated to promote the film and wasn't about to do it for free. So she said they labeled her as difficult to work with, causing her not to land any roles in Hollywood. Monique has since spoken out against Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels for what they did to her. She even called for people to boycott Netflix because they refused to pay her what she deserved for a stand-up special. Unfortunately, Monique was met with some backlash, especially from her peers like Steve Harvey, who said she burned too many bridges on his morning show. So, she later appeared on Steve Harvey's television show to talk about what happened, which sparked even more controversy. Monique later filed a lawsuit against Netflix for discrimination, which a judge has decided to move forward with. Monique continues to be vocal about her struggles and beliefs as a Black woman in the entertainment industry. She has said she owns the rights to the Hattie McDaniel's life story and who she wishes to portray. She said in a 2008 interview with none other than Oprah that Martin Lawrence told her, never let them tell you what you can't have. And that has stuck with her ever since. I guess you can say that's part of the reason why Monique never gave up on what she believes she deserves for her work and talent. In 2019, Monique landed a Vegas residency and has been on the road performing stand-ups as the pandemic restrictions are lifted. Monique has recently been in headlines for a PSA on specifically Black women wearing bonnets outside of the house, in public places. She basically disapproves of the look and said that Black women should do better in representing themselves as queens. She said she wasn't raised to leave the house looking like quote unquote that. Many people seem to agree, while others feel like she should mind the business that pays her. I ran across a thread on Facebook where residents of Baltimore feel as though Monique has forgotten her roots or, where she comes from. Some commenters even brought up the situation of how she treated her elderly homeless aunt. Some also stated that Monique shouldn't speak on these women because they may be going through depression or may have had just enough time and energy to get their kids up ready for school while not feeling their best, which is a great point I totally agree with. But to each his own, right? Now, whether you're a fan of Monique or not, we can all agree that Monique has overcome many obstacles to get to where she is today. Because, hey, that's the Baltimore way. I hope all can see that despite her flaws and opinions, she deserves her flowers. So shout out to Monique and her husband, Sidney Hicks, for standing up for what they believe is right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Baltimore Way. Make sure you like this video. It helps so much with getting the channel recognized. Comment, tell us what you think, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell to stay up to date with new uploads. Share this video with everyone you know. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.